So Professor Ellis emailed me to ask if I'd be interested in working on a research project. She said we should write a Europe grant proposal to fund our research. But what's a Europe? And how do I write a grant proposal? Okay, so CU's Undergraduate Research Opportunities Program offers money to students and faculty for research? I can get paid to do research? Awesome, how do I sign up? I have to write something like this? If I were writing an essay, I would need an introduction, some evidence, and a conclusion. But a grant proposal is new to me. I suppose I need to describe our research, but do I include background information? Do I need a thesis? Who's my audience, and what do they need or expect?
A quick lesson in genre might help Sam with these questions. The word genre refers to a form or category of something, a movie, music, or, as we'll focus on in this video, a piece of writing. In writing, a genre is a recurring type of text used for a particular set of rhetorical purposes by various groups of people and presented in a particular form. When you hear the word genre, you might think of your high school writing class and discussions about Victorian novels. But our everyday language practices often happen through genres. Texts, bumper stickers, even jokes can be considered genres. So how can this concept help Sam write an effective Europe grant proposal? Let's start with the characteristics of a genre. A genre often has a name, such as resume, lab report, or editorial, a set of purposes that meet the needs of particular groups, and genres also have a set of conventions. Conventions are typical practices, sometimes required, sometimes suggested, that dictate many elements of a document, such as how it looks, length, style, types of evidence, format, layout, and more. When you write something in a genre you've written before, you often move through genre considerations fairly quickly. But what happens when you have to write in a genre that's new to you? What questions do you ask? How do you get started?
So, to write a Europe grant proposal, I have to...
As with any writing situation, your initial considerations involve your purposes and your audiences. The primary purpose of a grant proposal is to request resources for something, research, nonprofit work, or a cultural or civic project. Because you're asking for something and because grants are often competitive, proposals are always persuasive. How you persuade depends on understanding your audience's values and using the genre effectively to present your best case for approval. Typically, funders look for the alignment of the proposal with the agency's values and mission, projects that are doable with a detailed plan, reasonable deadlines and budget, and significant results that address a problem or build new knowledge. Understanding your audience's needs, values, and expectations is important in any writing situation, and understanding the genre you're working in will give you clues to figuring this out. In many cases, grant proposals must follow specific criteria designed by the funding agency. For example, a National Science Foundation grant proposal looks like this. A City of Boulder solar grant proposal looks like this. And here at CU, a Europe grant proposal looks like this. Whatever genre you're writing in, seeing 4 or 5 examples will help you start to identify the patterns and typical strategies you need to use. As a student, you're already familiar with many academic genres: essays, lab reports, and short answer responses. When you graduate, whether you go on to graduate school or get a job, you'll need to learn new genres associated with your field. Wherever you go, understanding the concept of genre will help you communicate more effectively. Think of a genre that you use regularly and think of the purposes for which you use that genre. Also, who else uses this same genre and why? In what ways are their purposes similar to or different than yours? Name 2 or more genres you use either in school, at work, or as part of a hobby or social activity. What are the purposes of these genres? What are some of the conventions in content, style, or format?
Okay, after looking at these Europe examples, I think I'm gonna need some budget information.